Hey everyone, Dr. Mike Lynch here from ADIO Health Chiropractic. So I'm super excited about our testimonial video today. So sitting beside me is Erica Peterson. So Erica initially started out as a practice member in our office, okay? And as many of you know who are current practice members here, she's now one of our team members. So she does a lot for our practice members and patients within the office, and she's most likely one of the first people you see when you walk in, one of the last people you see when you leave. So we're going to interview her today. We're going to do a testimonial video and kind of go through her story, let her share her story, and then I'll explain why chiropractic helped with some of the issues that she had going on. So Erica, tell us what initially brought you into the office.
So what initially brought me into ADIO was insomnia coupled with severe anxiety.
Okay, so insomnia and anxiety. And what have you noticed since being under care for about a year or so now?
So initially when I started care, I was experiencing really bad heart palpitations, laying in bed, not being able to get a full breath. I'd wake up after 4 hours of sleep tops and just feel anxious and wired. And so upon starting care, the first thing that I noticed was the heart palpitations went away. So I'd lay down to bed and I was able to lay down and be calm. I wasn't sleeping through the night, but I was at least a lot more calm when I try to go to sleep. And then after a few more weeks, the sleep started to improve. So instead of 3 or 4 hours, it was more like 6 or 7 hours that I was sleeping through the night. And slowly, over the course of a year, the biggest thing that I've noticed is just my ability to take on stress. So one of the things that I really love about chiropractic is its ability to help the body to adapt to stress, and that's probably the biggest thing that I've noticed.
That is so huge, because what is your actual profession? What's your title?
I'm a holistic nutritionist, and I had tried all sorts of things to help myself, and those things helped to an extent. I knew how to eat in a way that would help to decrease the anxiety, and I knew what herbs and supplements to incorporate, but they still weren't enough, and I was not willing to take anything else like a drug or anything like that to help the issue, and so chiropractic was the answer for me.
Okay, so just to reiterate, so holistic nutritionist, takes care of herself, works out, eats incredible food, the quality of food, and incredibly high, but nothing was working, okay? What's the one other issue you came into the office with?
So the other really big issue that I had no idea chiropractic could help with was amenorrhea. And if you don't know what that is essentially lack of a menstrual cycle. So it had been 4 years since I had menstruated. I had lost some weight in high school, and that kind of started that whole down spiral with my hormones. And again, nothing I would really do would help to stimulate that again. So
whenever someone comes into the office and they're dealing with sleep issues, I know exactly what they're dealing with, because that was the first reason why I myself ever went to a chiropractor, okay? And I'm gonna explain to you, physiologically why chiropractic can help with, insomnia and anxiety especially. We see a ton of people for anxiety, and the reason being is because within our body, the autonomic nervous system, you have your parasympathetics. So think of it as like your brakes in your body, okay? And then you have your sympathetics, which is your gas pedal, okay? So what happens when you have upper cervical subluxation, so misalignment of the upper bone, or forward head posture, is it puts pressure on the parasympathetic system and it sends you into sympathetic dominance. So medicine's calling it increased sympathetic tone. And what that does is it essentially, think about it as like your full-on gas pedal. So you have a Ferrari engine with bicycle brakes. So knowing that structure dictates function, when we improve the structure of the spine, we improve the function of the body. So through specific neurologically based chiropractic care and chiropractic adjustments, we slowly pump the brakes, put the brakes back on in the nervous system, allow the body to come back to homeostasis. Therefore, that person is healthy and living their life at 100% full function. So I guess the other thing I wanted to ask you too, actually, I think is really, really cool, is why did you want to work for us in the office?
That's a really good question. I guess the biggest thing for me was, seeing the impact that it had on my own life. And to me, I kind of came in thinking that I've exhausted all other avenues for my own health, and acupuncture and naturopathic stuff, all that, of course nutrition, and it helped to an extent, but it really didn't solve the issue. And so coming in here and getting those results, but then also the energy in this office is just so high and so vibrant, and I loved that. I loved coming in here. I loved everyone that worked here. And so I decided to do my practicum for my nutrition program here in the office, and you couldn't get rid of me.
And here we are. All right, awesome. So closing out, if you know anyone dealing with anxiety, sleep issues, have them call the office. We do incredible work here. The technique we use, torque release technique, is 100% neurologically based, so it's incredibly specific, all right? So call the office, 720-636-6064. Make it a great day. Bye-bye.